Brother Wisdom. All right, we're gonna just talking about the power of thought. Let's go into the Webster's Dictionary for mankind's version to say the thought, think, a particular opinion or belief that's thinking. She thought that nothing would be the same again. Believe it's a inner belief. Your thoughts deal with your inner beliefs within yourself. Direct one's mind to someone or something. Use one mind actively to form connected ideas. Very important there. Have particular mental attitude approach to have a sufficient foresight or awareness to do something. To imagine. All right, that's part of thought. To imagine. Think of being paid a salary to hunt big game. All right, and that's a big salary to hunt big game. So that's think. Wrapped around dismal thinking, using thought or rational judgment, intelligent. He seemed to be a thinking man. Thoughts, meditation, plural, thinkings. Okay, the process of using one mind to consider or reason about something they have done. Some thinking about welfare reform, a person's ideas or opinion. This thinking is reflected in his later autobiography. All right, that's about thoughts. All right, let's go a little deeper in this. Okay, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters of the celestial energy. It's Brother Wisdom. What's going on, guys? All right, thought, the power of thought. All right, you heard the definitions. I don't have to repeat them. The CIA has done so many studies on thought. All right, they've done so many studies on thoughts. They've studied the thoughts of animals. They've studied the thoughts of their own species. They've studied the thoughts of insects, how insects think. I mean, they have done so many studies. I mean, the CIA is nothing but scientists. That's all they are. They're scientists, and some of them are, killed assassins or whatever. They have different areas of the Central Intelligence Agency, to try to gain the intelligence of other beings. But the most important subject in thoughts is the thoughts of our people, of the original beings. That is the most important subject that they have had. And like Brother Kirk and I was talking about yesterday, how, we created these devices, which are called cellular phones. We created these devices, okay? We created them and we put them away because we went into a higher form of thought. We no longer needed the physical to do things because we were in that spiritual pattern. What you have to understand is that when you're dealing with thought, you're dealing with the astral realm. All right. Anytime you're thinking, you're going into a spiritual realm or reality. You have a visualization of something that you want to do. You can visualize what you want to do, and you do it. And this is one of the main reasons why these Saxons and their alien counterparts, the reptilians and draconians and Nickals and the insectoids, we can go on and on and on. This is why they harp so hard on our thought patterns, because what they have learned is that when we have a type of critical thinking or advanced thinking, we begin to form things within this planet that they call magic, or that's where you get your sorcery from, tapping into source, or you get your wizardry from, tapping into that Wiccan. When you talking about Wiccan, you're talking about the warlocks and the witches. You're tapping into that powerful energy. And this is why they had to control our thoughts. This is why they gave us religion. This is why they gave us politics. This is why they gave us the stock market. This is why they gave us sports and entertainment. This is why they gave us the job industry and the educational industry, because they needed to control the way we think. All right? Because if you want to say on a global aspect, if we thought in the manner of our ancestors right now, these Saxons would literally be bleeding fire. I am so serious. They would literally be bleeding fire right now, and they wouldn't know what to do. So the whole key point is to control the thoughts of the original beings, so that we, as the most powerful beings, because they know that we are primordial deities, they know that we are old and ancient. This is something that they've held away from us, and they need to control the thoughts of the original beings so that we could think like them. All right, which is why they have these cell phones, and they want to control our thoughts. So you get on TikTok and you're shaking your butt and you're doing all these little skits to make people laugh so that you can get views, so that you can get money. That thought, oh yeah, they're going to take TikTok off. No, they're not, because TikTok was created by the Orientals. What you call Chinese. TikTok is owned by the Orientals, and the Orientals and the Saxons are working hand in hand to make sure that the original people do not rise. So you have this whole TikTok program flooded with our people dancing, juking and jiving, doing these crazy skits or whatever, and this is what they want. This is their desire, so that we would not visualize something on a higher scale. They know that our thoughts literally move the cosmos, move the galaxy, just by us, brothers and sisters. You see what we're doing, the work that we're putting in, and the things that are happening. That just imagine if that was on a grand scale, what would take place. So many of us thinking. They got our people thinking about money. You got brothers, working all week long, working on your days off, because your thoughts are on money. And I got to get these Jordans. I got to get this Michael Kors. I got to get this Louis Vuitton. I got to get this Prada. I got to get this Gucci. I mean, this is where they have our thoughts. I got to be a part of this system. I got to be a part of that system. I want to be a Freemason. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be the biggest dope dealer out there. I want to be the best dancer. I want to be the this. I want to this is where they have our thoughts. So if you're visualizing the physical and not thinking on a spiritual concept, then they have control of your thoughts. All right? That's the whole key point. To gain control of the minds of the original people. They don't care about their people, because they know that their people don't have souls. They know that their people don't have pineal glands. They know that people can't change anything in the atmosphere. They can't change anything on a global scale. They can't change anything in the spirit realm, because they don't have that access. What do you think CERN is all about? CERN is all about tapping into our minds. What do you think HAARP is all about? HAARP is all about tapping into our minds. Everything that they've done is designed to attack the mind of the original beings. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. Attacking the minds of the original beings, making us to be, or trying to, not making us, but trying to make us the less dominant species. And when we start thinking on a higher level, they put it out there that, oh yeah, they're crazy, they're lunatics, they're out of their mind. They thinking on this, they're doing this. This is what it's all about. So the power of your thoughts are extremely important. All right, because if you can sit and you can visualize energy coming from the cosmos and energy coming from the ground and engulfing this entire system, your thoughts will manifest. The FBI, CIA did a entire, I don't know how many pages they did on manifestation. The process of the brain. They study all kind of things. They had scientists to study all kind of things, and they process this information. They've got documents. They got stuff that go all the way back to when they invaded our realm. Information on how our thoughts literally, just the imagination. And we talking about imagination, you talking about that part of you, that part of you, that spiritual part of you. Because when you talking about imagination, you're talking about creating an image in your mind and you watching that image come to life. Imagination, that's all a part of manifestation. You manifesting something from spirit realm into the physical, and this is why they fight so hard against us. You know, the battle of the mind. The most powerful battle that they have against us is the battle of the mind. All right? Because they don't need us. They don't want us to think on a higher level. They don't want us to think that we don't need them. That's the key in that. They don't want us to think that we don't need them, which we don't need them. You know, they need us to think that, you know, we need these white people because they got all the money, then, you know, they got all this right here and they can do this, they do this right. This is how they want us to think. So this is why it's important that you control your thoughts. You control how you think. You control the volume of your thoughts. Not only the volume, you control the magnifying energy of your thoughts. Because, you know, you got to remember that your thoughts are literally pulsating energies. You know, pulsating frequencies and vibrations. And we being the original beings, and we being this right here, Full Metal Jackets. What do we say? We said that before. We're Full Metal Jackets. You know, 375 rare crystals, 375 rare minerals, 375 rare metals. We're talking science here, brothers and sisters. This is what we're talking. We're talking science. And what happens when you put extremely high frequencies into a metallic structure? Well, that metallic structure began to vibrate on a higher level. So this is why they don't want us to vibrate on a higher level. So they will fight against us in every manner and every way that they can possibly fight. Like we said, you know, you got the sports industry. How many brothers and sisters loaded up in the sports industry, waiting for what's going to happen with the Super Bowl? All right, or the Super Bowl coming up. We got to get ready for basketball, man. Got to get ready for basketball, because you know basketball coming up, boy. You know it's coming. He's coming. Yeah, we gonna. Hey. I already got my fantasy 5 and all this. This is where they want us, or sitting up in front of a lottery counter, trying to figure out how I'm going to win the lottery. How can I get all this money? You know. Or they gotta. We sitting up behind a microphone, trying to figure out how can I be the best rapper. You know, how can I rap better than this other guy? How can I sell drugs? You know, you got brothers and sisters who are what's called police officers and judges and all that. And the judge said, well, I wonder what this nigga, because, you know, a lot of our people who are in these so-called high positions, they talk down on their own people. I wonder what this nigga gonna do today. Let me see how much time I can get him, not knowing that we have an enemy that's fighting against us, and we have a common enemy that makes sure that we think on lower levels, and that makes sure that we're not thinking on a higher level. This is the power of thought, brothers and sisters. Your thinking, your thoughts are extremely important to every aspect of your being. Your thoughts, all right? So think about this. They want our thoughts to cloud the entire spiritual arena with nothing but their things. I gotta get these bills paid. Oh, you know, this girl wanna have sex with me, and I got this other girl on the other side. Oh yeah, I'm pimping. I'm big pimping. Oh, I got this guy over here. He gonna give me some money, and I'm gonna give him some of my body just so he can give me some money. And you know, I gotta do this right here. I gotta do, you know, this is what they want us, you know, cloud it. And then they got us thinking about all this fast food and McDonald's and Burger King and Little Caesars and you know, all these other places. You know, they got us thinking on these levels. So as long as our thoughts are clouding the spiritual arena, and I said arena because it's just an area. Arena is an area where things happen, and not so much of a game. But as long as our thoughts are clouding the spiritual area, or the spiritual arena with what they want us to think is perfect. But when our thoughts are gathered on, I need to create this device to offset the devices of these Saxons. That's a powerful thought. That puts a lot of weight on their system. See, our thoughts literally weigh down their system, and their system cannot operate properly with higher thoughts. So, they're going to push out this thing and say, well, Bill Gates is about to do this, and they'll just throw that out there. And they kind of like throw us off on our thoughts. Just like, with that whole thing when we were thinking on higher levels and we were going heavy in the spirit realm, and they put the thought out there about Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, and then they threw Louis Farrakhan out there. They threw all their puppets out there at us. And our thoughts went lower, and therefore they were able to make the atmosphere cold, because then our thoughts had literally lowered the frequencies and vibrations. You got talking about Full Metal Jackets. You're talking about we as metallic beings of nature. This is organic metal. And those thoughts, our brains are literally made of an organic crystal substance. They've studied us, brothers and sisters. Our brains are literally, your pineal gland is literally quartz crystal. Quartz crystals carries the highest frequency of all the crystals. Quartz crystal carry the frequencies to the extreme. Diamonds ain't got shit on the quartz crystal. All right? So this is why they need us to think on their levels. This is why they need us to control, to allow our thoughts to be controlled. Now you got this Starlink program that what's his name, Elon Musk put out there. And that Starlink program is connected to a Neuralink program. And the Neuralink program is connected to this latest scientific experiment that I'm not going to talk about. That's been going on. Y'all can make y'all post decision how y'all want to say it, because I'm not going to get a strike from YouTube. I don't need a strike right now. But Starlink is linked into that scientific experiment that has been going on for the past couple years. All right. So to make sure that your thoughts are controlled. I remember when Elon Musk first introduced Neuralink, because I've been following him for a while, and he said, just imagine a world where everybody thinks the same, where no thought is different, and as everybody thinking the same, they're doing the same thing. Think about that. Your thoughts, brothers and sisters. They need to gain the mind of the original beings. They don't care anything about their people. They don't care about the Orientals. They don't care about the other species of their people. They care about us. That's what they care about. They care about us. And I'm not talking about in a caring manner. I'm talking about they want to make sure that we don't think on a higher frequency. They want to make sure that we don't have advanced thinking, because advanced thinking and critical thinking destroys the entire concept of their system. Therefore, it rips their entire system into pieces. All right? And this is what they fear. They fear being on the bottom of anything when they already were created from the bottom. They're created from the bottom of everything. Every bowel, every freaking parasitic creature, you can name it. You name it. Foul, whatever, this garbage, gunk, junk. This is what they were created from. So you got to understand, brothers and sisters, that our thoughts are extremely important. And we must carry ourselves in a higher mindset, which means that we must control the way we think. Controlling the way we think takes us into a higher mindset of cosmic performance. And when you're performing on a cosmic level, that means that you're thinking in the mind of a cosmos. That's why I say, you do your go into your meditation, you say, I link it to the mind of the cosmos. When you're linking to the mind of the cosmos, that means you're thinking like the cosmos. You want those frequencies and vibrations that Mother Cosmos gives off to go through or come from your body. All right? You want that to come from your body. You don't want lower thoughts. You want these higher advanced thoughts to come through your body and to emanate, which means that you vibrate on a higher level. That is the power of thought. Do you understand this entire message, brothers and sisters? Your thoughts are extremely important. This is why they need us to think on a lower scale. The more advanced your thought, the more critical you think, the more powerful you become, and the less power that they can grasp for themselves. Because the only way they gain power is if they can control the way you think. All right? This is why they have all these devices up here to try to infiltrate your mind. You know, you get little inklets of thoughts in your head, be like, that's not me thinking. You know, let me control my thoughts. Who's just putting this shit in my head? Because it's not me thinking this. This is these beings wanting me to think like them. You understand that? So it's all about you gaining access or gaining control of your spiritual mindset, bringing yourself into the reality. You got to remember, our thoughts are extremely powerful frequencies and vibrations. And your thoughts go out there, your thoughts literally cloud the entire astral realm. Thoughts are spiritual. Just think about that. All right? Gotta go, brothers and sisters. Go clocking this clock. All right? You know the deal. All powerful. All powerful. All power to the multi-chakra celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign with you forever and ever and ever. And remember, chaos brings change. Change is everything. Think about your thoughts. Think about how you think. Think about what you think. Think about why you're thinking what you think. And you'll know, where the source of your thoughts will come from. Whether they come from you or whether they come from your enemies. All right? All power to the multi-chakra celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign with you forever and ever and ever. Remember, chaos brings change. Much power to you all, brothers and sisters.